Grown men in 2011. I fucking hate you and hope you die. I like singing. Grown women in 2011. I want to fuck you and will bully your girlfriends online. I like singing. The Og Saints of Wildlife Preservation. European. Did you know that here in Europe, we put hot dogs and corn on pizza? Americans. And we call it American style pizza. Yahoo Baby showing interesting product. AI voice. Tech CEO, AI is already smarter than humans and can perform most of the tasks. Meanwhile the current AI logic. I'm lighter now, I can run faster. The rest of the world. Egypt with limited internet quotas. The worst she could say is no. Huh. Judge Judy, if you were the trophy at the end of my race, I would walk backwards. Me listening to the stoner tell the alcoholic that weed is safer than liquor. They're both unemployed. Magic mouse. Apple car. Cheerful song in foreign language. Looks up lyrics. Song is not cheerful. 2 European cruises struck by 2 continental American viruses. He left school. He left school. He left school. You left school. Student debt, $127,834. He didn't leave school. So, do you like playing with other people? Online gamers. I like the idea of it more than I actually like it. How we see birds. How insects see birds. Boobs size and shape matter. All boobs are magical. You have 3 wishes. Affordable housing, groceries, and gas. You can't have that. Why not? Think of my 401k. Video, Pitbull saves children by killing King Cobra that entered house and up. You don't seem to understand, the child isn't yours to eat. When I'm in a children eating competition and my opponent is a wealthy. How Xbox 360 games actually look. How I remember Xbox 360 games looked when I was a kid. I like your butt. I like your personality. I like your butt. Are you awake? Me, yeah. Me after hitting send. Average Joe's cooking. Gordon Ramsay's cooking. Mom's cooking. Dad's when they step foot in the kitchen. The hydrogen bomb when he realized the baby had stopped coughing. Every Sydney Sweeney fan when I say her only talent is showing her goodies. 7y/Omi chooses to go to a Japanese restaurant for my birthday. Also 7y/Omi after reading the menu card for 30 minutes. I'll have your best fries. Oklahoma, ban on child marriage becomes law. Me, less surprised it took until 2026 for Oklahoma to ban child marriages and more it's only the 17th state to do so. It's been 250 years and child marriages are still legal in 33 different states. What the fuck? Collect nuts. Hide nuts for later. Forgets location. Forgets location. How I envisioned myself trying to conceive when I learned I had low vitamin D. My husband's sperm. My egg. Fast food restaurants when I want fast food and not food that takes 20 minutes to cook. My uncle when I was a kid. My uncle now. Throwing corn kernels in toilet. Eating corn and then pooping them undigested next day. Me after adding an extra 6 plates on the bench because my gym crush walked in. Me typing my password. Backspace. Me after 1 wrong letter. Can't risk it, we start over. Everyone is stupid. Everyone is stupid, except me. Everyone is stupid. When you know they just want to make you angry to force you to engage. Papa deer introducing baby deer to the highway. Depression. Weed. Big titty goth mommies. Video games. Me. What was your first roguelike? Me. 1980, the creepy van guy. 2026, the guy with affordable housing. OMG mixtape is so good, mixtape gamma play. Hi, would you like to go out sometime? He's not interested. The nothing happens cycle. They find a new virus. They forget. The media spreads it. Nothing happens. People think it's going to be a new pandemic. People freak out. When I'm in a stealing competition. Competition and my opponent is Egyptian internet companies. Hey guys. Hentai virus. Not what I'm called. Mission failed. Grandpa turned out stronger. Hattel Alan Berta. Sorry, generating such an image would be highly inappropriate. I refuse to comply with this request. It's important to respect other people's privacy. Grok. They say that you are what you eat. I ate a kilogram of chicken wings and my girlfriend called me a pig. That doesn't seem fair. Every day it gets harder to find a video to watch on YouTube while eating. When someone asks me for relationship advice. When someone attractive smiles at me. Millennial dudes trying to grow their hair back out like it's the 2000s. Expectation. Reality. When you're trying to meet the word count for your essay. Do. Not. Your girl after she comes back from a girl's trip. And something looks off. Waffle House waitress, you belong to me now, capish? The guy who flirted with the waitress out of boredom. Yes, ma'am. If you don't embrace AI you will be left behind. Me being left behind. First day working from home. Day 2. Dogs begging for boiling water on the stove be like. 18-year-old being forced to marry 50-year-old. I sleep. 18-year-old in consensual relationship with 17-year-old. Real shit. If women have no testicles, where do they store their microplastics? Me realizing the tragedy of having expired condoms in my nightstand drawer. Doctor, we need a sperm donor. Patient, can I donate directly to the patient? Doctor. People who visit a country. People who live in a country. Me leaving the market nervously because I did not buy anything. You wake up with a sore throat. It doesn't go away after a few hours. I don't give up my seat for an elderly person because I want them to feel they are still young and can manage. Wall Street. You're the worst trader I've ever heard of. Potato in my ass. But you have heard of me. Puff, it's 6 AM. You wake up to the sound of the rain without worrying about school or work because you're in a mental hospital. Someone creates something good without artificial intelligence. People in comment section. It's artificial intelligence. Dream is getting to an interesting climax. Alarm. Now this looks like a job for me. How to tell them apart. Dragon. A man. 9-year-old me spelling donut as donut. Who's gonna tell him? My British teachers. When people insult you by saying you'll never have sex. You fool. I'm asexual. Kim Jong-un, did you say start war? Assistant, no sir, I said Star Wars. Movie night. Experts, this whale is going to die if we return it to the ocean. The German public for some reason, get the whale to the ocean, or we riot. Whale, return to ocean, drowns. German public. When the pirating site starts demanding me to turn off my ad block, but reason I'm not getting any ads is because my country is just that poor. 10 days after paying the internet bill. Rest of the world. Egypt. Disconnected. 1700s. Lobster again. We feed this to prisoners. 1900s. This is a luxury delicacy. It's so nice. Now I understand why people did this for free. When I'm in a nothing burger competition and my opponent is US government file releases. Me after season 5. Perhaps I treated you too harshly. Season 4. 90-year-old billionaire, I want a new girlfriend. Manager, how old? Him. 23. The bank robber, when I snatch his gun away and shoot myself with it to assert dominance. They don't even know what's about to hit them. Vaporeon. HP 130. Spiral drain. I could look like this and be happy as fuck. My mother when I make a perfectly logical explanation to prove her wrong. I must break you. I got a new pillow today. Do you like it? I don't know yet. I'll need to sleep on it. I'm happily running over every person I see because I'm a hostage of a bank robber and nobody will punish me. The robber looking at me. New Yorkers when the light at the end of the tunnel is New Jersey. My motivation after not getting the first job I applied to gotten reduced to atoms. When they tell you to just be yourself. My student passionately explaining why he needed extra time in his exam. Me having to explain that I was pooping isn't an accommodation. Taking a massive dump at home before leaving on a road trip. Life is short. Blame others for your mistakes and move on. Booby size. Booby shape. Me being happy I am Slovak. After finding out what Americans are eating daily. If you don't embrace AI you will be left behind. Me being left behind. How I be looking back on my take on digital game prices after hearing the Sony rumor. Nobody. The chemistry teacher when you don't wear a full hazmat suit to mix sugar and water. The average reaction when you don't feel your phone in your pocket. Other generations, Scientology is a little weird, but worship how you want. Gen Z in March for no reason. My parents desperately telling me to ask for her number. Me just eating my food and rebuffing them. A cute waitress just being nice doing her job. 5-year-old me when I touch a hot iron and burn myself. I'd have never guessed that something like this would happen. You have to embrace AI. How will we make any money? You're supposed to have already made it. When Netflix puts its own productions in the popular section. One day, a blind man said, I will see one day. Everybody laughed. Except the deaf person. My parents say I dress like an idiot. My parents at my age. He's going to the post office. Add 10 people in line who have never mailed anything in their entire life. When I'm in a evil corporation competition and my opponent is Nestle. When you find your cousin inborn but don't want to embarrass her at the family reunion. So you're acting now? When your teacher is so strict you wonder what their kid goes through at home. When my PC asks me if I want to upgrade to Windows 11. You are a fucking disappointment. Season 5. The genie looking at me when I ask him for a third genie blowjob. Which one contains more DNA? Or Bonnie Blue. The Omnitrix. When I blended the soup ingredients but forgot to take out the bay leaf. Sugar Gamma Play. Sugar Law. When the relatives finally leave and the kitchen becomes accessible again. When old white people talk about artificial intelligence and say clanker with a hard R. Professor explaining the subject. Me trying to study on my own. Indian guy on YouTube explaining the subject. Medieval people believed the earth was flat. Meanwhile medieval universities teaching Aristotle's spherical earth. Your ancestors holding internet in their hands 20 to 63 years ago. You in 2026 with your limited 140 gigabytes. The rest of the world. Egypt with limited internet quotas. Xbox players who paid $120 for the premium version to play 4 days before release. PC players playing Forza Horizon 6 for free 10 days before release. You know you're a badass when you carry a holstered attack dog. Santavirus. When 100 humans dies in a movie. When a dog/cat dies in a movie. Fumbling their last seasons. Game of Thrones. The Boys. Me. Monday. Me to my body when belly fat refuses to go away even after strict diet, 10k steps, and weightlifting for 4 months. You know how much I sacrificed? Prehistoric humans were just idiots grunting at each other. Successfully survives an ice age without modern medicine, farming, or electricity. Orders DoorDash on my phone. Me 5 seconds later. I refuse to believe these two are played by the same guy. The Rock, you guys are playing different people. Meanwhile Eddie Murphy in one movie. Developers, we are pushing back our game releases for fear of clashing with GTA 6. GTA 6 is delayed again. Developers. No, I'm fine. The cruise was great, I just have some major cities I need to visit is all. You ever do a shadow puppet show while taking a dump at work? Then realize the person in the stall next to you just saw the whole thing. Mobile game gives me a bunch of ads. Me turns off the Wi-Fi. Mobile game. Mobile game. Listen here, you little shit. Me drinks the morning coffee. My poop hole. Bonjour. When the boss said to use AI but didn't want to pay for the account. The elites after starting foreign wars and collapsing global economy just to distract the public from the files. All of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Teacher, can anyone give me an example of something useless? Me raises hand. Teacher, very good. Anyone else? Me. Free download. Create an account first. When you see an old photo of yourself. What the hell happened to that shirt I had? When I run a lemonade stand and a duck comes by asking for grapes, this is the 5th time this week. Having a job. Not having a job. Literally me all day versus me at 3 AM. Me watching broccoli-haired teens bully and harass fast food employees for content. Me watching broccoli-haired teens bully and harass Church of Scientology employees for content. When your homie tries to show you a meme he thinks is really funny, and it's the most racist stuff imaginable. Orders DoorDash on my phone. Me 5 seconds later. Before high school. After high school.